Hi, boys and girls. I have a book for you. This book is called Mud Puddle. It was written by Robert Munsch. He's one of my favorite authors. This is a picture of Robert Munsch. He's about as silly as his name. This is his picture. This is a picture of his illustrator. His illustrator's name is Dusan Patricis. So Robert Munsch is the author. He wrote the words. Mr. Patricis is the illustrator. He drew the pictures. And the name of this book is Mud Puddle. Mud Puddle. Julianne's mother brought her clean new clothes. Julianne put on a clean new shirt and buttoned it up the front. She put on clean new pants and buttoned them up the front. Then she walked outside and sat down under the apple tree. Looking at the birds. Unfortunately, hiding up in the apple tree, there was a mud puddle. It saw Julianne sitting there and it jumped right on her head. She got completely all over muddy. Even her ears were full of mud. Julianne ran inside yelling, "Mommy, Mommy, a mud puddle jumped on me!" Her mother picked her up and took off all her clothes and dropped her into a tub of water. She scrubbed Julianne until she was red all over. She washed her ears. She washed her eyes. She even washed her mouth. Julianne put on a clean new shirt and buttoned it up the front. Then she put on clean new pants and buttoned them up the front. Then she looked out the back door. She couldn't see a mud puddle anywhere, so she walked outside and sat down in her sandbox. The sandbox was next to the house. And hiding on top of the house was a mud puddle. It saw Julianne sitting down there and it jumped right on her head. She got completely all over muddy. Even her nose was full of mud. Oh my. Julianne ran inside yelling, "Mommy, Mommy, a mud puddle jumped on me!" Julianne's mother picked her up, took off all her clothes, and dropped her into a tub of water. She scrubbed Julianne until she was red all over. She washed out her ears. She washed out her eyes. She washed out her mouth. She even washed out her nose. See her? You can see her little arms sticking out. Julianne put on a clean new shirt and buttoned it up the front. She put on clean new pants and buttoned them up the front. Then she had an idea. She reached way back in her closet and pulled out a big yellow raincoat. She put it on and walked outside. There was no mud puddle anywhere, so she yelled, "Hey, mud puddle!" Nothing happened, so she yelled again, "Hey, mud puddle!" Julianne was standing in the sunshine in her raincoat, getting very hot, so she pulled back her hood. Nothing happened. So she took off her raincoat. As soon as she took off her coat, out from behind the doghouse, there came the mud puddle. It ran across the grass and jumped right on Julianne. She got completely all over muddy. Julianne ran inside, yelling, Mommy, a mud puddle jumped on me! Her mother picked her up, took off all her clothes, and dropped her into a tub full of water. She scrubbed Julianne until she was red all over. She washed out her ears. She washed out her eyes. She washed out her mouth. She washed out her nose. She even washed out her belly button. Do you see? There's Mommy's eyes peeking out of the suds. And there's Julianne's eyes peeking out of the suds. Julianne put on a clean new shirt and she buttoned it up the front. She put on clean new pants and buttoned them up the front. And then she sat by the back door because she was afraid to go outside. She's afraid of the mud puddle. I wonder what she will do now. Then she had an idea. She's running. She has an idea. She reached up to the sink and she put a bar of big, yellow, smelly soap. She gave it a smell. Yeah. She took another bar of smelly yellow soap and she gave it a smell. Yeah. She put the smelly yellow soap in her pockets. Then she ran out into the middle of the backyard and yelled, "Hey, mud puddle!" The mud puddle jumped over the fence and ran right toward her. Don't be scared. I think she has a plan. Julianne threw a bar of soap right into the mud puddle's middle. The mud puddle stopped. Julianne threw the other bar of soap right into the mud puddle, and the mud puddle said, "Ah, yeah, ah." This is how a mud puddle looks when it's stopping. It ran across the grass, jumped over the fence, and was never seen again. That's the end. I hope you're finding good plans for things that you need to take care of at your house while you're home. I'm hoping to see you again soon. Thank you, boys and girls. Have a wonderful day.